Well, it came about from the mind of the choreographer, of course, Gustavo. Gustavo was the artistic director of the company I founded in Chicago, Luna Negra Dance Theater. And he decided to develop this for the company back in 2011. I think we've reached a pinnacle, right? And slowly I've been taking the company up to a certain level of work, and this is where I feel the company should be. This is the kind of work we should be doing. We can do full-length work. We could do work that is extremely conceptual, but we can do also work that is narrative-based with this kind of quality of dancer, and how they're able to utilize the vocabulary and the thought of the work into making what Ballet Hispanico is. So as you can tell by the work, it is still extremely passionate, like our culture is. It is still physical, it is luscious. There's a sensuality about it without it being cliche, without it needing to have ruffled skirts or clicking castanets. And so that is the beauty of this piece and why we have this piece, because this is Ballet Hispanico for the future and now. He chose black and white because of the references. There are references to Picasso, and Picasso was very enamored of painting Carmens in black and white with like this bluish ink and charcoal. So there's a whole series of Carmens, and so that attracted him to the design elements that are used, which are black and white, first of all, but also the design elements of a drop. So there's some drops during the whole, both Act 1 and 2 that change throughout scenes, and it is Picasso-esque. I mean, had lots of ties with Gustavo since he started choreographing. I gave him his first commission, and so I would go to Chicago and I would see the works. And I think this Carmen for him is one of those cherries on top of his career, because he's Spanish. It's something that he relates to, something he connects to, and I think it's spectacular. Develop a Carmen with actually the Cuban National Ballet. That's the first Carmen ballet that was created. And so from that fantasy has been used as a jumping off point for choreographers, because it's a lot of the music of the aria. You hear multiple kinds of arrangements. It's not the same orchestra, it's not the same arrangement. It fluctuates from a full orchestra to a chamber, to a solo violinist, and I think that adds another layer of texture to the work that's really exciting. I am so excited to be back at the Apollo Theater, and thank you for saying that it is our home. I feel that it is our home. You know, when I first started moving towards the Apollo, it was because, you know, Ballet Hispanico is a company for everyone, not just the downtown dance consumer. We belong to everyone, and it's been shown by when we travel. We've just come back from Cuba. Audiences were crazy for who we are, and it was said, you know, this is the modern Latino dance company, and that's so important. And so why not be at the Apollo, in that area that's going through a renaissance that Latinos are a big part of? I think it's very important. I think we should be anywhere that is very clear and evident. Everyone can come see CARMEN.maquia at the Apollo Theater on November 22nd at 8 p.m. It is one not to miss.